This is Joondalup Station. Joondalup Station opened on the 20th of December 1992 as the terminus of the newly constructed Joondalup line. 1 year later, the line was extended to Currambine, and then later Clarkson and Butler, and soon Yanchep will be the new terminus of the Joondalup line. It is located 26 kilometers from Perth north of Kohler Place, in the heart of Joondalup, not on the Mitchell Freeway. This makes it one of only two non-free transit zone stations on the Joondalup line that are not in the median of the Mitchell Freeway, the other being Butler. As a result of this, the station is located in a trench below ground. The tracks leading to and from the freeway are also in a trench surrounded by bushes. The location of the station to the east of the Mitchell Freeway connects it to the ginormous Lakeside Joondalup shopping centre and its surrounds. I have just crossed over the zebra crossing over the busway that surrounds the station. Here there is a little room with an add value machine and timetables, as well as a transit officer area in there and a defibrillator on the wall. Here is the staircase down to the platforms, which is only an emergency one and when the escalators are being maintained, and a little kiosk at the front of the station, a good money maker. Behind here there are also some vending machines, along with the closed station smart order processors, seating and bins as you wait for the bus. Also two phone booths on the back of this wall, along with a good view of the platform down below. Let's head down now. Oh, can't get through here. Let's go to the other side. Okay, here we go, past the drink fountain between the escalators. We can go down. The lift for accessible entry is on the opposite side of the platform. Here you can see the platform numbers. Platform 1 is for Perth, and platform 2 is for Butler. On the platform there are some dot matrix displays up there, as you can see. One's flashing train in 1 minute. Let's film that, but you'll see that later in the train clips. So let's just continue. Seating, information point.
The next train to Butler departs in 10 minutes. The train stops all stations.
Also, since the station is in a trench, the walls of the station are a good place for people to advertise. Here's a good one. ECU is the bridge. Yeah, that's a good metaphorical ad. Like getting from where you may be, even if you have low ATAR, to your future job. Okay, anyway. A few other ads. Oh, what's this? Never go here at 3 AM. It's a scary place. Oh yeah, it's just the back of the platform. That's right. At the northern end of the platform, you are basically underneath the busway, so it's very dark and a scary place to be, especially at night time. No one really waits on the end of the platform here, but the train still stops here when it's 6 cars, the back and front carriages depending which side. Okay, let's go back to the lit up section. Here is another staircase which leads up to the shopping center, and the lift, which I mentioned earlier. Let's go inside. Hello there. Press the go button. Actually, you don't have to press it. It's an automatic lift. Up, up, up.
Street level.
Interrupted by another announcement here. Here's the third set of closed station smart reader processors to get out straight to the shopping center over there, which we'll take a look at in a moment. There's also another ticket machine here, as well as some at the first set of processors. and the information, times and map for the buses. All the buses that go all around to Whitford, Clarkson and the other side of the Joondalup Lake, and the 3 Joondalup cats, red and blue, and the little nighttime only yellow cat to an ECU, the ECU loop. And up here is the 390 route, which is actually going to undergo a permanent change in 3 days to head up towards the newer developments in Banksia Grove instead of terminating at Banksia Grove Primary School. Interrupted again. There are also some weird photos and information about people. In my spare time, I love playing Ultimate Frisbee. Why is this necessary? And then there's this big billboard, which is seen at many stations. I mean, not many. Everyone on the train is different. And then someone crossed out, if someone needs your seat more than you give it to them. Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, you do. But whoever crossed that out thought you don't. And then here are the disgusting toilets. You wouldn't want to go in there. At busy stations, toilets aren't very nice. And that baby change table, probably just full of feces. Yeah, we're not gonna go in there. Some more photos. Who are these two? Bree and Trish, photographed at Perth Underground on the Joondalup line. Then why are you next to an A-series train? Or, I don't know. Look, some more. Ben, Francis, or whatever that is. Who's this little cute boy? Ryan is 2 and loves to dance. Why is this stuff necessary? Okay, let's just ignore that now. Here's the plaque commemorating the opening, as I said, on the 20th of December 1992, which is when Leaderville and Edgewater were also opened, but other stations weren't opened yet, until the next year. Look down there, there's a Trans-WA bus, because this station is served by many bus routes. 18 to be exact, plus the train replacement buses, a Crown bus, and this Trans-WA that goes to Geraldton, although this one's going to Perth the other way, which is quite weird, because you could just get off and take the train, but it's just gonna waste fuel going to Perth. Yeah, anyway. Also, with the buses going around the Joondalup Lake, like the 467 and the 468, if you travel to, say, Joondalup Drive, and get off near the new intersection at Joondalup Drive and Monterey Road, that they upgraded, like last year, you actually have to pay a 2-zone fare since you've gone from Zone 3 to Zone 4. But once the buses start heading south again as they travel around the lake, you enter back into Zone 3, so if you travel further you actually pay less. So it's a bit of an anomaly with the zones. There you just saw the quick entrance into Joondalup Shopping Centre and the view of the station you get from there. And this weird orange ball here, or lumpy ball, which I have no idea what it is, just some weird monument statue or whatever it's called. Here's the graffiti on the side of the bus bridge, which actually goes up and then curves around and comes back down the other side of the station. It's quite an interesting ride. Okay, maybe I'll have a video of it to show if I put it in. And here's a bus in the layover bays, 467, which is a 1-hour long route that goes through many suburbs, including Tapping and Ashby, Pearsall, Hawking, Wanneroo, Woodvale, Whitfords, yeah, and Joondalup, of course. One of those suburbs. It takes a really long time as it's very curvy. Yeah. Oh, look, a rainbow. And another bus just pulled in. Here there's some short-term car parking, but there's no actual parking for Joondalup Station. All of this is for the shops and you're not allowed to park there. Oh look, a brand new 3230 bus. They're rolling those out and replacing the old ones with them. Yeah, you have to park in the shops. I mean, you can't park in the shops. Speaking of the shop car parking, that's basically everything at this Joondalup station. So let's walk through the underground parking here. This is the ground story. but as these shops are so big, they actually have two. Oh, that staircase. Probably people put in there. Yeah, they actually have two multi-story garages. This is the old one, and there's also a new one. Lots of two pillars here. Each level has a different color scheme. Here's a lift, which is a great place for people to sleep if they can't find somewhere else to sleep. See, I called it and it's not even opening because someone probably in there with the stop button pressed. Yeah. Okay, let's head into the shop. Here we are now inside. Ooh, some sanitizer. Let's sanitize the phone instead. Okay, I'm not actually meant to be filming in a shop. So we're gonna just quickly come to this lift and take a look at that, but not much else. And in we go. This lift has 3 buttons. You can go to the middle floor or the top floor, which has shops, but the middle floor is just a low ceiling area to access the 2nd story of the car park. Can't believe there's 2 4-story car parks and they always get filled up. It's unbelievable. See, here it is. There's also a travelator maze here. Now I say here too much, don't I? Oh, I missed the lift. Okay, I'll have to pull it again. 4 people can occupy this lift at one. Yeah, you can go straight out there to the car park or down the travelators, up or down. But it's pretty weird, like, going up, the one to go up is on the right, but going down is on the left. It's just a rant. The wheelchair accessible buttons, let's press 1 now, and go up. Here we are. We're not gonna film the rest because after this I got harassed by the shopping community. I mean, they're doing their job. That's what you should say. They're not annoying me, and you that I shouldn't have been filming in there. Just that lift's pretty interesting with the 2 stories. Okay, let's speed this clip up now. A bit. Yeah. So this is the top story. Middle story has a color scheme of yellow. Then, like, first floor is orange, and this is just white up here. Okay, here's a good view of the station. You can see the bus going up the bus bridge. And then it goes around. And then it comes back down the other side. So because of that, if you miss the bus and if the driver is nice, you can quickly run to the other side and try to stop him. But, or her. It's not always gonna work. There's another one. But what will work is if you actually just miss it by like milliseconds, and if your legs are up to it, you can sprint all the way across this car park, take the lift if it works, or the stairs, go across this car park. You can see the bus leaving there on Kohler Place in the background. Yeah, and then run right here where I am right now and go across to Grand Boulevard and catch the bus on the next stop. Ta-da! I've done that a few times. Yeah, it works if you're fast enough and if there's a bit of traffic to stop the bus at the traffic light. See, there's a bus now, just leaving the station. You could have already been up here by now if you were down there when it left. And now, a quick sprint across the car park, which I didn't film because it would just be crazy shaky camera. Here's the bus. Yes, we saw it twice, and there's a stop right there, so you can get on if you really need to. Okay, I've talked way too much now. Let's view train times. Forgot to rate the station again, but still, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. Even if the toilets are quite dirty, it's just a really brilliant station, which is not just another boring one in the middle of the Mitchell Freeway. They went to all this work to bring it right next to the shopping center, which is a really good idea, and it's got many facilities, including the add value machine as well, which is quite rare. Not many stations have it, and it's got lots of buses, so everything's good. This station deserves the maximum rating of 5 stars.
Butler passengers, your next service from platform 6 departs in 10 minutes. This service stops at all stations to Butler Station.
bro, I don't know if you film me.